Wednesday to you. It is January 6th in this new year, 2021. We are shedding any remnants of 2020 and going forward. I am Dawna Christ, and this is, as I said, Wisdom Wednesday. I am back from vacation, getting back into the swing of things, and please bear with me if I'm a little rusty. It's been some time since I did a live here, and the word intentional is my word for 2020. and and I'm being more intentional on the things that I share with you and the content that I create in this space. And making sure to be more in alignment with my own spirit, and rather than my own expectations and expectations of others. So I'm releasing that and going forth, and I'm looking forward to spending this new year with you. So today we are working with the Keepers of the Light deck by Kyle Gray. And this is actually a deck that I got during the holidays, and so I haven't worked with them too much yet. So I was being inspired to use them today, and I'm all thumbs today. So how are you doing? Did you have a good holiday? I do hope so. One of the things that I am getting is that this is a good month to, as I said, continue shedding the remnants of 2020 and setting our intentions, not goals, not resolutions, especially not resolutions. Resolutions tend to have a vein of guilt to them, things that you have to release for your own health, for better life, where intentions are focusing on the positive and setting your intentions, things that you intend to accomplish, that you intend to experience, do, have, but it's also setting intentions for what you want to experience as far as emotions and life experiences. So when you're contemplating on the beginning of this year, sit down with your journal, your planner, whatever is most comfortable for you, and start dreaming. One of the questions that keeps coming up for me is, and that I've been asked to pass on to others, is if you knew that you were supported at all times, and you are, what would you have, do, experience? Write those down and revisit them often. And if you could create, if anything were possible, and it is, what would you create in your life? Again, what would you experience? What would you do? What would you have? What would you see? And write those down as well. Everything that we can imagine is possible. It's just our conditioning that tells us that it's not. And we are supported in everything we do. One thing that I was telling a dear friend of mine recently is that even if we cannot hear or feel our spiritual support team, the angels, they're there. They're standing by, they're loving us, and they have compassion for us because many of us have chosen a very challenging path this lifetime. But when we chose it, we didn't, our spirit didn't choose it. Our spirit chose it prior to us being born, knowing that that we would have our support team, that we would have assistance from the spiritual realms assisting us in whatever it is we set for ourselves to accomplish. And we knew this. At some point, though, we've forgotten it. And we've, whether consciously or unconsciously, we've cut ourselves off vibrationally from the very same celestial beings that have committed to helping us. So often we get into challenging situations, and naturally our vibration descends, it lowers, and it's because of that that we feel we're unable to hear, to sense these celestial beings, our spiritual family. And it is our job, if we desire to hear them and feel them again, which will be a boost of energy in and of itself. Because doesn't it just boost your energy when you know that you're not alone, that someone has your back? So it's our job to raise our vibration. And the best way that I know of is to play. And that's something that has been coming up in my own guidance when I journal in the mornings is play. Play gets us into a high vibration. It brings us joy. It brings us laughter. It unleashes our inner child. And our inner child is the one that, the part of us that is divine. Even if we, as actual children, experienced trauma, that divine inner spark, that child, that innocent one still exists in us. And that is our true essence. That is our divine spirit that knows only love and experiences joy and brings laughter and high vibrations to our life. So when we play, we get in touch with that part of ourselves. So this is something that I will be exploring more, I know, in 2021. And I am excited to share the guidance that comes to me in alignment with this, with you. So I got on a bit of a tangent there, but I was inspired. So I am going to draw a few cards and see What guidance, what wisdom comes to us? This one. Serapis Bay, Ascension. Move into your true self, that divine being we were just talking about. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. The light is within you, no matter what you are going through on the outside. It's in there. And when we follow our bliss, when we choose joy, when we play, when we laugh, that is our light. That is our light. And some of you watching this might say, well, I don't have time for that. The thing is it's a choice. And it's a choice each one of us has to make. The time is there. We just have to find it. We just have to uncover it. And that starts with making the conscious choice to make time for joy, to make time for fun, to make time for play, to engage in more play. And Sanat Kumara, light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So this is definitely the guidance, the wisdom for today. Play more and share your light with others. Get others to play. Laugh. Have fun. That's what we're meant to do here, is have fun, shine our light. We get so wrapped up, our conditioned selves get so wrapped up in everything that really on the in the bigger picture is insignificant. Really, it's insignificant. And it's just, I mean, okay, so one could argue that work can't be insignificant because I have to make money, I have to support my family. I get that. I do get that. But when we are in alignment, when we are living from our highest selves, those things come more easily because we can hear our spiritual family guiding us, leading us to an easier way. So getting in is getting in touch with our light, with our high vibrations, really a choice then? Because if doing so makes our lives more meaningful, easier, isn't that just a no-brainer? Really, I think it is. And one of the things that my dear friend Karen and I were talking about this weekend with my youngest daughter was that when we're doing readings, often the information that comes through is, yes, it's meant for the person that we're reading for, but often we will get messages that are meant for us in the process. So this is something that I myself was dealing with last month, was being everywhere, doing everything, getting everything done, but there was the joy, it was just missing. And it wasn't until I went on vacation that I found it again. So definitely, definitely meant for me. And if you're watching this, it's meant for you too. Really choosing joy, choosing play, making time for these things is essential to our emotional and spiritual well-being. And I'm going to draw one more card. hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Recognize your divine worth. We may be human in this lifetime, but that doesn't mean that we're workhorses. We need to take time to nurture our spirit, to nurture ourselves. It's imperative that we do this. And a lot of people are talking about how we have moved into the Aquarian age and how planetary alignment, I believe it was Jupiter and Saturn, a planetary alignment occurred in Aquarius that hasn't occurred in 400 years, I believe. And as I understand it, that's when we were moving out of the Dark Ages into the Renaissance period. And so this is a period of lightening, and it's not so much actual light, but it's us getting lighter, becoming brighter. It was also a time period when the arts were celebrated, and the arts are in alignment with so many of us, whether it's visual art or um, music. It's these things do raise our vibrations. So whatever you're drawn to, go to it. Look for the guidance on where a lightening of spirit could occur for you. So, dear friend, that is this week's message. I will be back next Wednesday, um, probably about the same time, about 10:30. I'm not going to set my um, I'm not going to lock myself into a set schedule. I'm going with my gut more. I'm going with alignment, my spiritual alignment more. So, but I will be back next Wednesday with live and more wisdom on Wednesday. So, I hope to see you then. Take care, and I will talk to you again soon. Mwah. Much love to you. See you soon. Bye bye.